أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. So the people go further away, bring it forth. Okay, last week we studied this second verse of the chapter, but the first verse here, and we emphasized on the importance of not a madman. Those who attended the class will remember that. But this is, we are reading now for practical reason for ourselves. So if you really read what the pen writes, it means what the creation reveals to us, pen of power, pen of knowledge, because this is the figurative way of speaking, and the Quran always uses the allegoric way of speaking, and we have to understand in our own terms. So, of course, there are details, but we are not going into these details. We are reading the Quran for practical purposes for ourselves, and we don't. I always say that we don't go through the history. So here, if the Quran says, I'm not reading the first part of the verse, you are not a madman, it means you, the reader, you and me, the reader is not a madman. Why? When I read what is revealed in the creation, am I a madman? What is more, if you like, natural than trying to see the meaning revealed in the creation, right? So why am I going to be a madman? But of course, people use different criterion, and they may say you are a madman. Why? Because you are going and reading the creation, what it reveals to me, what is the meaning of these all creatures around me, and trying to understand your own existence. People say, no, you have to follow the value of the community, value of your ancestors, value of your tradition. You say, they are relative things. Or they say, oh, you are going out of the cultural values that we found or we inherited from our ancestors. That's what we know. These are the valuable things for us. What are you going to do with reading, for example, by looking at an insect or a cloud or the stars or whatever you can see, trees, animals around you, and try to understand who you are? No, you have to follow the culture of the society. That's why they call you mad. You are a madman. We say, come on. We don't take notes of it. Quran says, don't pay any attention to this kind of accusations. You are on the right way. But the beginning of the translation, actually, this is the end, the last word of the verse. By the grace of your Lord. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Oh, I cannot read there, I cannot read here either. بمجنون. Oh, can you read this?
ما أنت بنعمة ربك بمجنون.
بنعمة ربك بمجنون. Now, you are not a madman. Why? Not because you are an intelligent person, you are an educated person, you are a good person, etc. But we understand you are a good man, you are not a madman by the grace of your Lord. What do we understand from it? By the grace of your Lord, we have to study today. When you are reading the book, let's assume that you got the book, the Quran, in your hand, and trying to read it, not to become a scholar or anything, but what is my Creator telling me here? So the speaker in the Quran says, you are not a madman. Okay, we discussed this. By the grace of your Lord. Why by the grace of your Lord? Very easy. How would you understand it? By the grace of your Lord. How would you understand? Anybody? Yeah.
Maybe in two different ways. One is that because your Lord had grace upon you, you're not like the madman who is living in this world without any.
Pass. Yeah. The second one?
The second one would be a confirmation in that you are, because you were, what you are going through is the grace of your Lord, and it's not madness.
More explanation. We need more explanation. By the grace of your Lord, you are not mad. For example, okay.
Maybe the fact that he actually revealed the Quran to us to guide us.
Sorry?
Maybe the fact that he revealed the Quran to us to actually explain.
But the Quran says, by me, that you are not the grace of the Quran.
That he created us to be able to
So,
understand.
say it again?
That he created us to be able to understand his message.
He created us to be able to understand?
Right.
What?
Oh.
To be able to understand?
To be able to understand that we're his creation, the world.
But clearly, because the recording needs an articulated language. Yeah.
To understand his creation.
His creation. Yeah. I am reading the Quran. Quran says, by the grace of your Lord, because I have to confirm the verse. We always emphasize on it. I cannot say that Quran says me. Oh, those people who don't know the Quran, and I don't know. It is a self-claim. So your first part of your explanation didn't really appeal to me. But very simple, because I have to understand that I am created with the ability to understand the message. And the message is out there. I have to decipher the meaning of the creation and try to understand what am I doing in this world. Now, this ability is given to me. It is a grace. I cannot have it. Some people may say, but I worked on it. Yeah, you worked, but you used what is already given to you. And you are reading the creation and getting the meaning, what is already there. So this is the grace of your Lord. Otherwise, how can I make myself understand anything? Is there any way? But I cannot give any quality to myself. Can anybody give any quality to himself? Whatever is given to me, I have to use it. I am using it. And it is given to me. Given to me out of what? Grace. I don't deserve it. Why should I deserve it? I'm just given existence with these qualities freely. I didn't do anything. I didn't even ask. It is given. It's offering. Yeah? So we have to understand, for example, by the grace of your Lord, if you say because, God favored you, it is not a universal message. I would say, why did not God favor another guy? Do you understand? It doesn't make sense. Everybody is given the same qualities, same potentialities, and we have to use it. If we use it, after using and becoming aware of the reality, we should not be proud of our, let's say, right way of understanding or feeling secure in our existence, feeling secure in the correction of our conclusion. I cannot be proud of it, but only I can be thankful for it, for the one who has prepared this universe for me. Clear? It's easy. The second verse. Okay. Anybody? Who can read the second? Anyone else? No? No one can read? Okay.
With Arabic or the
No,
English?
Arabic. Can you? No. Anybody? Okay.
وَإِنَّ لَكَ لَأَجْرًا غَيْرَ مَمْنُونٍ.
The translation?
Verily, for you is a never-ending reward.
No. For whom is the never-ending reward? For you, the one who reads. Why never-ending reward? غَيْرَ مَمْنُونٍ. No end. Why? Yeah.
Because it's coming from a never-ending source.
No, I don't know. You have to experience yourself. Look, this kind of language, I'm very sensitive. Coming from the never-ending, but it's good for you to say it. Because it is coming from the never-ending source, needs explanation and proof. So speak from your perspective. Think about from your perspective. What do you extract from the creation? What do you extract from the creation? When you look at it, what do you see? Do you see that the one who gave existence to these creatures is limitless, infinite, absolute? So what you do now, after realizing this, you become aware in your own existence and the existence of everything that we belong to. We all creatures belong to an absolute being. We are the product of the absolute being. So I belong to him. As soon as you start reading it, the process puts you in a position with a perfect hope for you. Your existence is not going to come to an end. And everything is a witness that its creator, its maker, is the absolute one. Otherwise, nothing can come into existence. You cannot explain the existence of anything. Can you really explain the existence of a particle by itself or by attributing to a limited thing? Limited. Anybody, for example, if you think that 6 billion people get together, can they create one particle? So we understand that it is an interesting, miraculous demonstration of the creator who is not a part of this universe. Very simple. So you understand that the source of existence is endless. You belong to him, I belong to him. So what does it mean? You receive the security in your existence. You may have some problems because you wait, as I did today, looking for a parking place, couldn't find it, but it doesn't mean that I am lost in my existence. Yeah, that is the temporary need. You may need a job, you may need some food, and you may not have the food as you like. Actually, there's food everywhere, but not everywhere. Here in this land, everywhere, plenty of food. Don't worry about it. But the main problem is always we say, to whom or to what my existence belongs. My existence belongs. To whom? So he brought me here, he's going to take me out of here. And how did he bring? I don't know. He must be absolute creator, giving existence to everything at the same time. He must be absolute. Right? Otherwise, he cannot do it. He couldn't do it. So, what will happen to me? None of my business. The one who gave me existence will take care of my existence. I don't know. Don't worry about it. So if someone says to me, for example, Ali, you are going to die tomorrow. Okay, none of my business. I will carry on my classes. Why? Why should I bother? It's not my business. Did I bother when I was given existence as a baby, for example? Feel comfortable. Leave yourself to your creator. We call it, to make it very simple, leave yourself to the source of your existence, who must be the absolute one. Don't bother. But in this world, while you are here, you are put in a maze. You have to go this way, it doesn't work, go this way. But your existence belongs to him. That is the endless blessing or endless reward in being honest in your reality. Right? Any problem? Any question? Anything bothers you? When you read the Quran, you will learn it. Huh? You will learn how to read it, how to pursue it. Of course, the problem is, two problems we have. I always repeat this, but it must be reminded. One is we are under the influence of a certain culture, so that this culture says, well, we believe in God, God created, this kind of things. And the second is, as an extension of this, we always refer to God and try to understand everything in terms of God. It's a very simple mistake. It is impossible to understand the things in terms of God. Why? I don't know. No, how can I speak on behalf of God? I don't know. He's absolute. But I can conclude. My conclusion is different. I say this universe must come from an absolute source. That's my conclusion. I keep repeating this maybe 10 times, 20 times lately. Because I see that all mistake comes from this weak point because of our previous cultural, religious information, which is baseless or based on imitation. Right? While we are reading the Quran, you have to see if you can make sense of as much as you can. Okay, for yourself, practically, without referring it to your previous culture. This is, inshallah, every day, every class, I need to repeat it. Otherwise, really, belief matters are very simple. Very simple. Okay, I think we can move on. What else? Anything? Anybody? Any question? So, I would like to read the following verse. Okay, no one wants to read, no one can read. It's a very famous verse. Everybody can. Sorry?
وإنك لعلى خلق عظيم.
وإنك لعلى خلق عظيم. Who is? Okay, the translation. Somebody. Translation.
And verily you are of a noble disposition.
The best, this character, noble character. Who is it? Sorry?
Me.
You. You are a noble character. How did you hear so far? It's excellent answer. How did you hear? وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ? What do you hear in the culture?
The Prophet.
Say?
The Prophet.
The Prophet is on a perfect character. We are not. But I'm reading it, the Quran now. I have to take it to myself. Or, sorry, not or. And since the speaker is my God, it's speaking to me, he is saying, you are in the best disposition, the noble disposition. Khuluqan azim. Khuluqan is the way you are created is the noble, supreme. Is it correct? Do you have to say that it is the Prophet only and we are not? In our creation, are we not perfect? In our creation, are we not perfect? We may not use it in the best way, but in our creation, are we not perfect? In the creation of anything, what is not perfect? Nothing. Nothing. Everything is perfect. Yes, human beings are perfect. Yeah, okay. What's wrong with the sparrow? As a sparrow, it's perfect. How about, let's say, another creature, very, very simple, cockroach? In its creation, it is perfect. You may not like it, it's perfect. So, well, let's say another, I don't know, a star is perfect. Moon is perfect. Now, is there anything in creation which is not perfect? What is my creator telling me that, look, I have created you with the perfect disposition. Why don't you use it? Now, the benefit of reading the Quran to yourself is so excellent. Why don't you use your perfect creation? Why don't you benefit from it? Right? So, when we read like this, we are not denying that some people read it in a historical context and say that God is speaking to the Prophet, and they say our Prophet Muhammad was a perfect, noble character. He had the best disposition. Okay, but I'm not saying no. If I am perfect in my creation, he must be perfect in his creation as well. No doubt about it. Even a sparrow is perfect in its creation. Why not that person shouldn't be perfect in its creation? The way you use it, let's say your problem. Because you are given, for example, the machine is perfect, but I don't know how to use it. That's my mistake. But in my creation, I'm perfect. Okay, if someone says, no, in my creation, I am not perfect, he has to double think about it. He or she has to double think about it. Right? Are you happy with this? Shall we move? Okay. Okay. Somebody else?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Um, it's about perfection within our own creation.
So
Is
it
that
is about perfection.
perfection within our own creation? Is that to say that we're perfection from the very beginning of existence to the time of non-existence? Or
Where I understood very beginning of existence, and you said something non-existence in between.
all the
Fill the
way,
gap.
all the way to non-existence?
What is non-existence?
Meaning when we or I will not be existing anymore, then
Can you imagine that you won't be existent anytime, anywhere? Or can you imagine the non-existence? What is non-existence? It is a word some people use and we hear. There is no such thing in the universe that is non-existent. If there is a non-existent thing, we wouldn't be able to speak about it. It is non-existent. Do you understand? Logically, it is contradictory. So there is no non-existence. So the perfection, everything is perfect at any time. They are given existence. When they are not given existence, I cannot think about it. I cannot speculate about it. I cannot say anything about it because it is non-existent. None of my business. It is just it will be just a personal speculation, imagination. By the way, imagination exists, but the content of imagination doesn't exist. For example, I can imagine that there is an elephant here. That imagination exists in the form of an existence and is perfect. But the content of imagination doesn't have to exist. Right? So, no, perfection, or how the perfection is described, if you, since you asked this serious question, how the perfection is described, and the people say, how do we know that everything is perfect? If a thing is in existence, in its existence, it is perfect. And for example, let's say a fly. A fly in its existence is perfect. How about a dead fly? Let's say a fly was here and I found a body of it. Dead fly is perfect as a dead fly. Yeah? Well, when I am dying, for example, my death is perfect. It is created as a dead body. But there are other things in the creation, they cannot be palpable, so that I cannot really feel them physically, but I can say their existence is perfect. We have to understand that their existence is perfect. For example, we always give this example. For example, we always extract meaning from the existence of everything. So this meaning is perfect as I perceive it, but I may not be able to get the right perception of the meaning, but the existence of meaning is perfect. Look, you are clever people. Don't underestimate yourself. Really, really. Now, let's say, again, the simple example, there is a painting here, right? And the painting, we say it's beautiful and meaningful. You love it. Okay? Look, we have to understand the creation has no one dimension. That is very important. We have to understand the perfection in all dimensions. That's one simple example. Now, look at the painting. Do you see the art in it? Right? And do you like the art? Art in the painting. Let's say that's a beautiful art and you like it. Right? You like it. Okay. Now, let's say this painting is on a piece of paper, and used, let's say, in a kind of paint, right? A material. So take the material away. Take the paper away. What remains? What remains? Paper is gone. Paint on the paper is also taken away. What remains? Sorry? Sorry? Say it clearly. Nothing. But where is the art? I didn't take the art away. I took the paper and the painting. Where is the art? You see, there are various kinds of creation, endless, thousands, millions of different kinds of creation. Right? Not every creation is physical. So we have to understand that this creation is really, really amazing. Yeah, take a book. You read the book. Do you get any meaning from the book? Yes or no? Say it.
Yes.
Yes or no? Say it clearly. To express yourself with a freedom, you know. Express your freedom. Use your freedom. Don't be afraid of it. To speak as an audience is not something to be ashamed of. Say it. If it is wrong, we will discuss about it. If it is right, we will benefit from it. Don't worry. We are not in, I know you are saying something right, but for the sake of recording, and also, I would like all of you to express yourself. Be free. Because, you know, this oppression, when an old man or person speaks, when a person with a beard and something on his head speaks, we dumbfool, become like, yeah, respect to the elderly, respect to the scholar, and you are a, I don't know, imitate or like this. And are you satisfied? Are you no? So say it clearly, freely. This is my idea. So what was the question? I forgot.
Your question was, do you benefit from a book that you read?
Yeah, very simple. Listen, I mean, it's a book, serious book. So when you read it, do you get some meaning out of it?
Yes.
Yes. Right? Okay. I took the paper and the ink. What's left for you?
The meaning that I took from the book.
In your mind.
Yeah.
How about in this place?
Like a physical, tangible.
Yeah.
Not anymore, but
No.
I have it now.
But even you didn't read it. It is not in your mind. This is a book. And you looked at it. It seems to be the meaningful thing. Somebody took the paper away and ink away. What is left?
Nothing.
Where is the meaning?
And whoever wrote the book.
But you know, there was a meaningful book there. Your paper is away, ink is away. Where's the meaning? Meaning still exists. But we cannot perceive it. But it exists. As the previous example, art still exists. If you have read it, if you have looked at it, it is reflected and recorded in your mind. That's something else. Now the meaning or the meaning of the book or the art of the painting is in your mind, recorded. But it's still such art, such meaning still exists. So we should understand that existence does not consist of only physical existence. Yeah, here I am. The people say, very simple mind to some people. They say, our emotions controlled by our brain. Yeah, when the brain doesn't work, there is no emotion, they say. The book, we have taken away the book, but the meaning is there. Still there is meaning. We took the material side of the painting. Art is there. There is art in existence, not there. In existence. You cannot destroy the art. This is what I mean. You can burn the paper. You can take away the paint or ink or whatever, but you cannot destroy and send it into annihilation. Now, your question, the one you asked the question, I don't know your name, but your question reminded me this. We think that when the paper is burned, let's say, the paper of the book or the paper of the painting burned, art went into annihilation. Of course, no one can say that here in this room, paper is burned and it went into annihilation. We know that it is transformed into energy or another form, right? So it is still in existence. How about art? Art is still in existence. How about meaning? Meaning is still in existence. Do you get it? When I die, my human qualities will be still in existence. Nothing can go into non-existence. Do you get it? Nothing can go into non-existence. None of us will go into non-existence. Nothing in this universe go into non-existence. There are, I mean, it is not our subject. There are many verses in the Quran referring to this. Everything is everything is preserved by the creator of the universe, etc. God, creator of the universe. Nothing can escape from it. And when you die, you cannot escape from your creator. Maybe hundreds of verses in the Quran referring to it. But from our own experience also we know that non-existence doesn't exist and nothing can go into non-existence. There is no such thing. So can we go into non-existence? Impossible. Do you get it? Impossible. Art and meaning in the examples, we understand, cannot go into non-existence. Right? Okay. So let's read the following one. But you know what is the problem now? The Maghrib prayer time has entered.
It's way too early.
Way too early for Maghrib. No. perfect, but for as far as my responsibility about my choice is concerned, I may be disloyal to my responsibility. My choice, not the existence of the choice. I might have preferred what I was expected to prefer. That is imperfection for my choice, not existence. Everything is existence. For example, the simple example, classical example, knife cuts. When it cuts the onion, perfect. When I am not careful, cuts my finger, action of cutting is perfect. But it hurts me, I don't want it. That is something else. Now, even the existence of my not wanting the knife to cut is perfect. You see, free will is the slippery area if we are not careful about the nature of free will, we confuse. So, by the way, you are most welcome. I'm very happy that you spoke, but in our class, first, we don't use names. Second, we never disdain to speak about stupid politics. No. We are studying the best source. Who are they? Who are they? Who is this guy? Today is here, tomorrow he will die and got rotten. Who cares? Yeah, he won't go into existence, but who cares? How many presidents came and went and came and went? You see, don't worry. Take notice of your own existence, if you like, responsibility. Yeah. So that's why don't pay attention to the, okay, you have some social duty, do it, but really concentrate on what your real mission is in this world. What am I here? Why am I here in this world? Whoever made me, why did he make me? What is my responsibility? These are the essential questions. And then if you have a right answer, you know what to do in this world. Not only political side, in the world, your neighbor, your relatives, how to arrange your relationship, but if only you have a right position in existence, you are conscious of yourself, your qualities. That's what we have to establish this. And afterwards, you will know what to do. That is, for example, if I don't know why am I here and trying to correct the corruption of something around there, I don't know what am I doing here. So it will be a contradiction. In this class, we emphasize on our very personal responsibility. That's why we don't really bring into this kind of personal political issues, because it is a temporary thing. Today it's like that, tomorrow it will change. So, shall we pray and come back? Right? Shall we do it quickly? I mean, without, okay, somebody call Ezan and can you just No, Assalamu alaikum. So, I think we can move to the next verse. Very short verse. Somebody? Who's going to read? No. The meaning?
So you will see and they will see.
Sorry?
So you will see and they will see.
They will see. I think we need to read this one. Yeah, the following verse also is the almost directly related. Mhm. Okay. So, which of the translation?
Which of you is afflicted with madness?
Now, we can, because it is in the future tense, we usually tend, or we are used to hearing that in the hereafter, right? But it is correct. When we die, it means our creation is going to be transformed. That's correct. But how about now? Can we not see it? Who is mad? Who is wrong? Isn't there anywhere, or isn't there any way that we cannot really perceive whether I am right or wrong, or somebody is right or wrong? Can you not see that you are right and somebody is wrong, or you are wrong and somebody is right? Can you not see that? Can you not experience in your own existence, in your being, within your own self?
How does that apply to someone that's, say, maybe mentally challenged?
Sorry?
How does that apply to someone
Yeah.
that's mentally challenged?
They
Understand
are
to
not
make a
responsible.
difference.
That's
They're not
created.
responsible.
There's nothing. They have no responsibility. They don't read the Quran, so they are not really communicating through the Quran. They won't be able to communicate through the Quran. So we have to think about anything mentioned there within our own conditions. That I am reading the Quran, and the Quran says, you will see and they will see who is mad, right? So can you not feel that when you do something wrong, that is wrong? Can you not see that, yeah, when you do something wrong, that is wrong? Is it innate in us?
But not
Yeah.
everything. Like,
Sorry?
I'm sure there's a lot of wrong things that I do that I don't realize that they're wrong.
Okay, but when you really think about it, don't you have the ability to know, to think about it, whether it is right or wrong? Don't you have it? Sorry?
I guess maybe if we think about, if we studied every single thing we did before we did it, or every single thing we said before we said it, we could maybe see the right and wrong.
So it means we are potentially able or enabled to know what we are doing is right or wrong. There are very the subtle verses. I mean, we can study them, not now, of course. Always say that everybody knows what he's doing. Everybody is able to know, if only they want to know, whether they are doing something right or wrong. Where your understanding is, your tongue says something. Forget about the tongue, the claim of the tongue. Your innate capacity, you can call it your soul, knows what you are doing, what you are doing, not action-wise also, your reflections, your thought. To defend ourselves, we try to justify ourselves. That's human nature. Down, we know it is right or wrong. We may condition ourselves, but still we know that I have conditioned myself. That's why I don't want to. I know what I don't want to say it. Do you get it? Do you experience this? Watch out for yourself. Listen to yourself. You may justify it, but usually how we justify our wrong actions, wrong thoughts, by not thinking about them. Not thinking. It means turn blind to it. Right? Neglect it. Don't think about it. Just take a stand and carry on and follow the flood. Everybody goes this way, you go this way as well. Everybody does in this way. But when you think about it, you will know it. Which one is right, which one is wrong. Don't say that some people strongly defend their ideas, and when you look at them, according to me, they are wrong. How can you really defend their ideas so strongly? Don't believe that. Their conscience, their soul really knows it. How do I know? Not because I know their heart or their brain, from myself, from my own experience. Whatever I do, right or wrong, I know this, that was right, that was wrong. This makes sense, this doesn't make sense. I am given the criterion in my own existence. Everybody witness to himself. Everybody knows. Even these are the translations of the certain verses of the Quran. Everybody knows, even if they bring or they really offer excuses, apologies. Not what do you mean? What do I mean by this? Justifications by myself, but I know it. It is my justification. I know, for example, a student, a very simple example, student doesn't get ready for the test, and he may fail, and he says that this teacher asked hard question, whatever, but deep down he knows that he has not really attended the class properly, didn't get ready for it. This is what I mean, he knows deep down. So excuses, forget about the excuses. We are able to know. And we are able to know what is right and what's wrong. If we were not able to know what is right and what is wrong, how could we be responsible for anything? You don't know what's right and what's wrong. How can you be responsible for anything? That's why we are fully responsible for our own choices. Why we know what we are doing.
So, do people with mental illness, and they don't know how to differentiate right and wrong, are they like automatically like a person of Jannah, or?
So, leave it to their creator. None of your business, none of my business. I am not the one who is going to put them in a position. You are not the one as well. You know, sometimes I say, although we have some social responsibilities, etc., but this is our responsibility. This is what I have to mind. Yeah, everything boils down to mind yourself. But oh, come on, we shouldn't be selfish. Yes, we shouldn't be selfish. This is my responsibility. Do you understand? So I have to take care of somebody. Yes, this is my responsibility. I have to make research. I have to try to investigate. I have to try improve my potentiality. In this way or another way, this is my responsibility, and this is my business. Again, everything boils down to my business. So somebody may say, okay, I've seen it. Somebody may say, how about those people? They are ignorant, they have no education. They know within their capacity what they are doing is right or wrong. Otherwise, they wouldn't be responsible. For example, can you run as fast as what was the fastest animal runs? What was this? Sorry? Jaguar. Okay. Can you run as far as Jaguar? I can't. So are you responsible? Because you are not able to. So you are responsible within yourself, and every human soul is created perfectly to know what is right and what is wrong. But we may not be able to express them with certain scientific terminology, perfect language. Most of the languages are not really developed. So they can only express themselves with 300 words. Well, globally, when we think about it, I mean, even in our daily language, how many words we use to express ourselves? 500? More intellectual ones than those who read a lot, 1,000 words. But what is important it is not important to write it down, to be conscious that what I am doing is right or wrong. So it is with us, again, whether I'm right or whether I am wrong. Even they tell me, or somebody tell me that you are wrong, when I consult my conscience, I know what is right or wrong. So do we need to learn? Yes, in order to make sure that the evidence that I need to increase it. When I learn it, as I learn it, I know whether it is right or wrong. Okay. Yeah.
I was wondering, are these verses in a way connected to verses in the Quran that say Islam started in strangeness, and in the future it would be called strange, but like don't worry about that because you don't want to be like the rest of the world. Like your strangeness, or what's considered strange, is actually the right path in like a world that's
so it's not a verse, first of all. It is a saying of the Prophet. It's narrated. Doesn't matter. What do you mean by Islam started in a strange way? How do you know?
Like this is from memory. Like I was reading that, but
You heard.
what? No.
You heard.
Well, I
Have
thought
you
the verse
experienced
was,
that Islam started in a strange way?
well, because it was a different way of, expressing how to live your life in a dedicated way to the Creator. And, at the beginning of Islam, they try to, kill.
No. Now what we are doing here in this class, right now, what I am experiencing within my own self. So these kind of narrations that you did, I don't want to repeat it, yeah, What do you mean by strange?
But
People may
the verse is madman there.
or I'm not. And
I know
this
exactly.
verse says you are not. They are mad. You are not.
And so, but you know, being accused of being strange or mad,
Or
that's
no
why
one
I
said.
then say, like at the end, we'll see which one was actually strange.
But
or
now you
mad.
will see what we are doing here. Pay attention. You will right now see that you are right if you are right, or you are wrong if you are wrong. Right now. So at the end, somewhere, yeah, in the hereafter, yes, most probably we are not playing a game here. Most probably, but I have to witness, I have to see the evidence right now and confirm it right now for myself. I'm reading the verse, I say, yeah, I know. I know what's right and what is wrong. I know who's right and who's wrong. Although I may be wrong, I know I am wrong. I have made the wrong decision. Yes, I know I made the wrong decision. You see what I mean? The human capacity allows me to recognize what is right and what is wrong. So in this class, we concentrate on our personal experience right now. We don't refer to narrations. For yourself, you can think about it. What is Islam? Why is it strange for me? You heard this. Is it really strange? You question, that's your problem or your way of thinking, or the personal way of thinking. Okay? The last verse.
إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين.
Yeah. Okay. Your translation.
Your Lord knows best who has strayed from his path, and he knows best who is rightly guided.
So, now can you say something about this verse? Question it. Question it. Anybody? Anyone? Question it. Your Lord, yeah, knows best. Yeah, knows best. Who is on the right, who is on the wrong, right? Yeah. Who is right the guide? As soon as I read this verse, what I say, okay, my Lord knows, none of my business. No? And I will say, look, why do you tell me? I'm arguing. So if I say, let's say I am a father and I'm speaking to my child, I am saying, I know what you are doing, it is right or wrong. And the child will say, okay, my father knows, none of my business. Is it right? But why do I tell my child that I know it? So this relationship must come here. The verse says, your Lord. Who's Lord again? Your Lord. My Lord, your Lord, the one who creates you, who gives you a shape, arranges, and really sustains your human qualities. Your Lord knows it. Why do you tell me this? What do you think? So I couldn't catch it.
Sorry, to say that no matter what excuses anybody could come up with for whatever they did right or wrong.
Who?
Us.
You.
It's mankind.
So your Lord knows. So if my Lord knows and tells me that he knows, it means the one who created me, the one who is educating me, the one who's training me here knows it. If he knows it, again comes back to me that my creator knows it. It means he created me with the ability to make the distinction. So if he preserves his knowledge for himself, he wouldn't tell me. If he tells me that, look, for example, everybody, look at your own creation, your own being. Look at your own being. Don't you know that the one who is giving you all these human qualities knows what he is doing? In your own being. Is the question clear? Don't you realize that from your own self, the one who created you knows what he is doing? Did you understand it? Yes. So the answer? Sorry? From your own existence, from you look at yourself, the one who made me knows what he is doing. Right or wrong? So everybody can make sure this, because I'm going to add. So if I know that looking, for example, looking at this machine, I look at the machine, I say, the engineer knows what he's doing, right? So look at myself, and I say, the one who engineered me, created me, made me, knows what he's doing, arranged everything, you know, this parallel, symmetry, perfect harmony. Oh, definitely he knows. Are you sure? Because I'm going to ask another question. You are sure that your creator knows what he is doing, right? Who knows that your creator knows what he is doing? Do you get the question? No. You yourself. You know that your creator knows what he is doing. The subject of the knowledge is who? Do you understand? The subject of the knowledge is, come on. We are studying the Quran. The subject of the knowledge is you. Yes, it's you. So you know that your creator knows what is going on. Right? So by God, your creator, speaking to you that I know, he says in the text, I know what is going on. It means you can know that I know. This is what I know. Come on, some people look puzzled. You are, I gave you the ability to know that I know. The Creator is saying. The Creator is saying, okay, I shouldn't use the pronouns. The Creator, your Creator is saying that, oh man, or the reader, you can know that your Creator knows. I gave the ability to you to know that your Creator knows it. Did you get it? Yeah. So simple, isn't it? So when you read the Quran for yourself, don't say and alienate God from yourself, saying that, oh, we don't know, he knows. Alienate. And in the hereafter, everything he will tell me what I have done or what the people have done. Right? No, Quran doesn't say this. Everybody will know what he has done. Everybody will be given his own record. everybody will read his own record and will say, yeah, that is, and then some verses are so incredible, but they will say, what, this record has not missed anything. Everybody will say, what does it mean? You know it. You know it now, what you are doing. You may pretend as if, oh, I had a good intention. Yeah. But we know that we are being lazy, or we are just being neglectful and trying to avoid it. But it is deep down. Everything is with us, as much as we are responsible. Yeah.
I just wanted to corroborate what you just said. Like, is one of the verse in the chapter of mankind. إِنَّا هَدَيْنَاهُ السَّبِيلَ إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. Does that relate to what you just said? Us, like as mankind, knowing that God knows.
Yeah. So, we are studying this verse. So the other verses also support part. In order to understand this verse right now for myself, I have to look at the verse from my own responsibility, from the perspective of my own responsibility. Of course, there are maybe 100 verses in the Quran. So there are very subtle descriptions in the Quran that everybody will face his own reality. Means you know it. You know it. So we are set free to choose this way or another way, but for example, you really didn't know that you put your hand back there, it was harmful for another person. He trampled on, how do you say?
Yeah.
Trampled on it and fell down and, let's say, hurt himself or herself. Are you responsible?
And to a tiny degree, because it's still my bag, but I definitely didn't do it
Are you
intentionally.
responsible? Did you really?
No,
You didn't know.
No.
No one can say that you will
that would be
compensate for this injury or something like that. But we are not talking about this kind of actions, responsibility for the action. We really are talking about our own reality in our own existence. Do you get it? Well, we have no excuse. And we are applying it to the verse, although verse clearly says, your Rabb knows it, but we have to train ourselves that how we should read the Quran. If my Rabb knows it, why does he tell me? Do you see what I mean? So it means I also can know that my Creator knows it. That's why he's speaking to me. Otherwise, just if I didn't know, if I were not able to know that my Lord knows it, my Rabb knows it, but I cannot know. So how can I confirm this verse that it is true? Do you understand? No. How can I confirm this verse that what this verse is saying is really true? If I was not able to understand that my Creator knows it. It means this kind of speech is a reminder to me that I can know that my Rabb knows it. Do you understand? That's why he's speaking to me. That I know it. It means you can know it. It means, oh man, you know that as your Creator, I know it as well. You can know it. So
is the sort of the logic going towards that? If my Lord knows it, and in these verses, it's repeatedly saying Rabb, meaning teacher or educator. So
if I were to take it a step further, if I know that he knows it, then he will help me see that he knows it, and I ultimately know what's right and what's wrong.
So I mean, that's correct. So it means you have the ability to know that your creator knows it, whether you are right or wrong.
Right, but my point is that he knows it, and he is describing himself as my educator. So then that means that he will help me know it.
Look, when we read the Quran, we read the Quran with one condition. We keep saying that it is a guide, right? Guide to human beings. Guiding to what? My creator speaks to me in order to guide me. Guide to what? Yeah. What's right? What's wrong? What's right? What's wrong? Because I have a free will, I can choose this way and this way. So if I cannot understand what he is telling to me, how can I benefit from this guidance? For example, there is a person here comes and tells me what to do in Chinese. I don't understand. It's useless. I will be able to understand the guidance. That's why the guide speaks to me. Do you understand this? So why am I really, although this matter is clear, emphasizing on it, read the Quran bearing this method in mind. Don't alienate it. Oh, I don't know. God knows. I don't know what will happen to me in the hereafter. God says, you will be punished, or I don't know. When I die, after I die, I will know. And this is not a guidance. I don't know now. Why does it speak to me now if I cannot really perceive it?
Yeah, what's the point?
Sorry?
What's the point?
What's the point? So I will say, what this text says, after I die, something will happen to me, and I don't know. If it was right, I cannot know. What is the point in telling me? Do you see what I mean? But there are some verses, and I remember some verses. God teaches us what we don't know. It means if we really didn't get the guide, we wouldn't discover it by ourselves. But the ability to know what is taught to us is within us. It stimulates it. This is what I mean. For example, a very simple example. You go to school. Why do you go to school? You go to school in order to learn what you don't know. Correct? But after the teacher teaches you, then what you do? You know it. The ability to know what the teacher taught you is within you. Do you understand? So you are discovering yourself. But God, your creator, doesn't teach you what you cannot have it. Do you think? Did you get this principle? These are very important principles of reading the Quran. Very important. Most of the people miss it. So, but these are very important principles. If we didn't know, if we didn't have the ability to learn what the teacher teaches me, what does it mean? I am wasting my time. Teacher is wasting his time. No benefit. But because I have been given the ability to understand, to learn, that's why my Creator is speaking to me in order to discover what is already within me. Do you understand? So don't say that, so we don't need any scholar. No, you need teachers. I need teachers. I read every day, almost ceaselessly from other people. But ultimately, when I understand, I say, this ability of understanding this was within me. So my Creator speaks to me in order to discover what is already within me. Do you get it? So this is a very big theological discussion. But let's stop here. But one question.
Sorry, I have a question. The question is, so we're saying that here it says, your Lord knows best who is straight from his path, and he knows best who is rightly guided. And we're saying that we're being told that to know that it's within our ability to confirm this statement. But by saying that, aren't we speaking from God's perspective?
No. By looking at myself, we should be very careful not to speak from God's perspective. No, but when I hear this message, I should evaluate this message within my own capacity. Can the one, that's what the discussion we started here, can the one who created me knows what is going on within me? Ask this question to yourself. You say, if he has made me with this ability, definitely he will know. Right? So why does he tell me this? To guide me, to discover what is in me. It means use it. Like a teacher teaches you mathematics and the application of some formulas. You didn't know, but when you are taught, you discover your ability to know it. Right? So if you did not have the ability, what is the point in teaching? So it is, you know the word potentiality and capacity. Now, are you potentially able to speak Chinese? Potentially, right? Do you speak Chinese? No. So if someone teaches you Chinese, what happens? This potentiality grows. That is what the Qur'an does. Right? That's why we say Qur'an speaks to human beings in order to discover what is within them already. Right? It is the guidance. That's what we say. It's guidance, it's teaching. So that is why we have to read the Qur'an in order to discover my own reality. Right? Nothing more. Even if the Qur'an didn't teach me, I didn't know God, who God is, right? That is correct. But potentially it is with me. That's why I need the teacher, but what teacher teaches me is not extra. That's what we have to understand. Because I'm not going into very detailed theological arguments here. Many people could not grasp it. Right? That's why they keep talking about God about any matter from God's perspective. and interpreting the verses from God's perspective. Why? They couldn't really realize what they are really, what the Quran's mission is for me. Do you understand? So we should not alienate ourselves. Don't worry, you don't know Arabic. Don't worry, you don't know historical things happen. Don't worry about them. Have a right stand. You can benefit from the Quran for yourself. Don't try to pass judgment for others. Don't try to come up with an juridical rules and say that you have to do this. Quran tells this. Oh, take it for yourself. Right? That's why we made in the introduction of this series, studying the Quran for ourselves, we made a long series of discussions, the difference between reading the Quran for jurisprudential purposes and reading the Quran for belief purposes for any person. No, these are not simple matters, but I am sure you understand after you are reminded. What do you need to? That's why we are here. Okay, we have to stop. Thank you. At least we studied some verses. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum and alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin bi hurmati